What is up, gamers? It is Will777 JP back at it again with another one. And today, up to bat, we have Hotel Barcelona. And I'm really hyped to check this game out. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the game, and then we're going to go run our tests and see if it will play with no internet. Where I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna say screw it. I'm gonna say 100% possibility that it's gonna play with no internet. Well, Will, why do you say that? Well, because it seems like indies, double A's are the games that will play with no internet. These triple A games could be hit or miss. And what I mean by that is the game is actually on the disc. We insert the disc with no internet. It copies the data. You can play it all without being connected to the internet. But we're going to find out for sure if this is a game where you can do that with. Now, before we get started, I want to say thank you so much for being here. You guys have been amazing. The channel is growing, and I'm so happy that a lot of you guys find value in what I'm doing here. And I appreciate you guys just hanging out with me. So make sure you hit that like button. If you're new, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Really helps out a ton. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you stay up to date whenever I drop the videos. And finally, a huge shout out to the Keep It Gaming crew members who give me that support monthly. Thank you guys. Now, Hotel Barcelona. First of all, look at that. Look at that art cover. Doesn't that look gorgeous? So, Hotel Barcelona is a 2.5D action adventure game. It's got like roguelike and Metrovania elements, right? It's got heavy influence by horror movies, particularly The Shining. So, you as a player, you take on the role of a U.S. Marshal who gets trapped in a mysterious hotel, and you must survive you must survive by battling serial killers and other bizarre enemies in a time looping scenario. So the genre is a mashup of like a roguelike action adventure and a Metrovania with a parody style slasher film aesthetic. So super cool. I'm super excited to check out the vibes. Gameplay, it features a time looping mechanic where players must fight through procedurally generated stages with the ultimate goal of breaking free from the hotel. The story is pretty simplistic, but it's very interesting. You assume the role of a U.S. Marshal whose name is Justine, and she is forced to fight her way out of the hotel after a car crash strands her there. She is possessed by a strange entity called Dr. Carnival, who grants her supernatural powers but also influences her actions. So the game takes inspiration from a variety of horror movies, The Shining being the biggest one, but it features a large cast of characters and includes masked men in baseball gear, who is a nod to slasher film villains. The developers is a collaboration between two legendary Japanese game director, Hidetaka Suehiro, also known as Suiri. He made the game Deadly Premonition, and also Goichi Suda 51, No More Heroes. So this game seems to be super dope. It's why I bought it, because it's just the whole premise looks super interesting. Once again, you guys know that I'm not a big fan of like Metrovania games, but this is another game that has got a mix to it with roguelike action adventure. So I'm definitely excited to check it out. Let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open. I don't know if there's anything in here. I think there may be a small possibility that there is. So let's go ahead and crack it live in front of y'all so we can find out together. And honestly, if there is a little something in here, it wouldn't surprise me, because that's indie games are the ones who are giving you the bang for your buck for physical, as far as physical goes. But I'm not gonna say that it does, and it doesn't. But look at that cover art, man. That is amazing. All right, let's go on ahead and move the game or the camera on over to the TV so we can do our will it play with no internet test. All right, here we go. We are currently connected to the internet because we are in the welcome screen, and right away we see our trophies, our stories, right, news articles. If we go on over to the PS Store, everything's up and available. If I click on this game, 2K, damn, that's been like the fifth video where I make where it's 2K. You can click buy it, download it, because we're connected. And of course, PS Plus is up and running because we are connected to the internet. Well, PS5 should be up and running. There it is. Sheesh, taking forever. Let's go to the settings. network settings. Then we're going to go to connect to the internet. There's a little tab right there. We're going to click on that to turn it off. Then when we go back to the welcome screen, it lets us know that you're offline. PS Plus, you're offline. PS Store, and then PS Plus offline. So it's all letting us know that there's no internet. We cannot activate none of those features. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera on over to the PS5, which is situated right there. That way you can see me actually stick the disc in. I don't need anybody freaking saying I'm lying. Now, of course, this isn't a very big game. It shows us 8 gigs minimum. And you can do 1 to 4 player online co-op. So that's pretty dope. But all right, let's go ahead and stick the disc in. That's what she said. Bam. Disc is off my hands. We should see a queue for copy on the bottom left hand side of the screen somewhere, and that is letting us know that it's installing, or at least trying to. There it is. There's a queue for copy. Let's go ahead and check the 5.470 gigs. So the case told us it'll be about 8 gigs. This is telling us it's 5. Okay, not unusual, but I'll be right back with y'all as soon as it's done installing. All right, just a couple seconds left, and it'll be done, baby. Bam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So we are done installing this bad boy. Let's go check out the info tab real quick, and it lets us. Oh, look at that. So 5.48 gigs, but version 2.0. That is awesome news. Of course, when we're done with our test, we're going to turn the internet back on and see if there's any updates. Now, why is version 2.0 a good news? Well, because this game has been out digitally for, I want to say, a few months on console. I think it's been a few months on console, but I think this game also came out on PC way beforehand. So if they have updates already on the disc, this is not version 1.0. That is good. Preservation, right? But let's go ahead and start this bad boy up. We're still disconnected from the internet, right? So let's go ahead and click on it, see what happens. Made with Unity. That's great news because Unreal Engine 5 messes up my stuff. Alright, so let's hit next. Okay. Why can't I... You need to agree to the terms, please, and choose. Okay, why can't I? Oh, you gotta read through them. That's fucking lame. There we go. This game contains extreme cruelty, violence, sexual content, and depicts of self-harm and blood visibility. Default. Yes. Let's see. Popcorn. No, we want the real deal. Alright, Cult Games. Is that the developer? I think that's the developer. Either way. Alright, this game autosaves. Alright. So you are not connected to the internet, you are not connected to the internet, so you cannot play online. That's cool with me. Let's check out the options real quick. So input, okay, language, okay, sound, okay, everything is normal. Resolution, quality. Let's do medium. Oh damn, they got a lot of options. Best quality, we'll leave it at that. Resolution, what options do we have? Oh wow, so we can increase resolution as well. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Sure. Alright, let's go ahead and accessibility. Okay. Alright, let's start this bad boy. See if it will play. You cannot connect to the internet. Okay. True blood. Every now and then, children with special blood are born into our world as their bodies grow through their powers when they reach a certain age. However, most of them lose it all in the blink of an eye. Hey, here is the game working. Okay. Oh, wow. Bro, this looks dope, actually. Straight to the action. Oops. Oh, this is dope, bro. Okay, let's... Oh, I died. I died. Okay, well, we all see the game does play with no internet. So there y'all have it, man. Hotel Barcelona plays with no internet. Let's go on ahead and shut the game off. Let's turn the internet back on and see if it has any updates or anything like that. So let's go to settings, connect to the internet. Bam. We go back to the welcome screen. And everything starts popping up slowly but surely. News articles, trophies, etc. PS Store up and running, and PS Plus up and running. Let's hit the info tab, check for updates. And this game came out October 31st. So I got this game day one, and there is an update. Wow, okay. 2.636 gigs, 2.000.003 version. Okay, so I guessed wrong. I figured that because it was version 2.0 that the game would be fully on the disc, but it definitely plays, so that's awesome news. But there is an update. Let's go and check out the game at the PlayStation Store, and it's selling for $30. Which, you know what, the physical version of this game only costs $35, so only $5 more for a physical version of the game. Absolutely. But look at this rating, 3.76. 102 people rated the game. Yeah, the thing that's interesting about the game too is that it's up to 4-player co-op, so I'm super interested to see how that works. So if anybody owns this game or wants to play co-op, let me know. Hit me up in the comment section. We'll team up and check it out, see how it goes. But there y'all have it, man. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. We'll catch you in the next one. Keep it gaming.